Hi, Andrea Joy Wimberg here, and today instead of writing a nice little tidy blog post, I'm going to share with you some thoughts off the top of my head, well, that I've thought about, but I want to share with you some thoughts about the movie Moana. It seems like whenever I'm trying to write out my thoughts lately, it just takes forever. And quite frankly, I don't have the time. There are too many other things. Life is too short for me to spend on crafting a perfect blog post when I'm not enjoying it like I used to. And so I am still wanting to share my ideas. So I'm going to do it through video, at least today. So the movie Moana, I went to it the other night with my kids, and I was pretty excited because I'm a pretty big fan of Disney in general, but especially Disney animation and the things that they've been doing lately. There's a difference between Disney animation and Disney Pixar. Anyhow, so I loved it. I loved Moana. The ocean colors and just the visuals were so beautiful and just breathtaking. The storyline was epic and powerful, and it had all the great elements of great story. And then the music, if you've heard about Hamilton, the musical Hamilton, and it's just taken Broadway by storm and all this, well, the guy who wrote Hamilton wrote the music for Moana at the same time he was writing it for Hamilton. So yeah, so he did a fabulous job. It is so cool. The music is stirring and beautiful and all that. So I loved it. But the thing that I wanted to bring up today, without giving too many, I don't want to spoil it for you if you do go, there was this one point in the movie that I want to talk about. First of all, you need to understand that this is a typical hero's journey movie where the Moana, as some unlikely hero, is chosen to go on this journey and basically essentially save the world. We'll just say that. And she's not sure, but she's sure, and she's fighting this calling and trying to figure out, is the ocean really calling me to go on this journey, or do I need to stay back with my family and take care of on the island and take care of the people here? But there comes a point when she realizes that she needs to go, and I won't share all that with you. All I'm just to say is she does go, of course, on this journey, and there comes a point when she's experienced a significant defeat, and she feels like there is no way she's going to be able to go on. She feels like she starts to really, really question if the ocean really chose the right person for the job. And gosh, she's just ready. She's ready to give the calling back to the ocean, and tell it to go find somebody else to do the job. And it was interesting because when I watched it, honestly, that's how I felt about my life. Not my life, but about this calling to continue doing what I've been doing and sharing a message and trying to inspire people and trying to equip people. I'm sort of moving into this new phase where I want to take the focus off of me and my story and put it on you, and and how I can help you move forward in your story. And so as I've been trying to figure out what that looks like and stuff, it's just really hard. I mean, I got all the way through writing this book, and we released it, and there's still people that are helping me get the word out. I'm still getting endorsements from people who might be recognizable. I got one from Dee Breston the other day, which is just so awesome. If you're from this area, then you might know who she is. She's an author, and it was just a real blessing to get her opinion about the book, and I'll share that with you soon. But my point is that I kind of felt like, is that it? Maybe that's just like, maybe I don't have it in me to keep going. Maybe I'm just exhausted and I just need to stop. maybe I don't have it in me. And then I went to this movie and I saw that scene where she says, I don't know. I don't think I have it in me. I think I need to stop. And somebody comes and reminds her and says to her, Moana, do you know who you are? Who are you? Do you remember? And Moana takes a step back and she thinks, no, this is who I am. And she starts to list, and you could listen to the song. It's so gorgeous. But one of the things that she says is, the ocean has called me. I know this. And then she says, and yet the call isn't out there at all. It's inside me. It's like the tide falling and rising inside of me. It's like this thing that I have to do. I want to do. And when she could get back in touch with that, she could move forward and go ahead and say, you know what? I'm taking the leap. I'm going for it. That moment reminded me that I need to remember who I am. I need to take a step back sometimes, quite often actually, and remember what I'm called to, what God has already done in my life, what I believe I'm supposed to talk about, how I'm supposed to help other people. And honestly, I am tired of writing because I don't feel like I get to share with you my heart as well. It's hard for me to feel like I'm connected with you if I don't hear back, if we don't have this give and take. And so when I do hear from you, it means so much. And it empowers me and inspires me. It says, Andrea, you've connected with somebody. You've got to keep going. And that helps so much. So thank you when you do that. But my point is simply that I remembered who I was, and I had to take another look at it and say, well, what am I really offering? What difference am I really trying to make? What am I really trying to offer you? And so that movie was so helpful for me, and it was like I felt with Frozen. It felt like God was saying to me, Andrea, now stop and think about it. Who are you? Who are you? And I think that a lot of us don't know who we are. We don't realize that we don't take the time to stop and say, no, this is where I've come from, and this is where I'm headed. In fact, they call that wayfinding in the movie. I loved that part where they said wayfinding and figuring out, the sailing on the journey or whatever, sailing on the ocean. How do you know where to go from here? Well, you know where to go based on where you've been. If you know where you've been, then you know where you are and you know how to move forward. My friend, that is exactly what I want to help other people figure out. I want to help you become more self-aware, to take the time to know your story, to take the time to figure out what you have to say, and to say it confidently and powerfully, and yet also to temper it with what you really believe and be in touch with those foundational beliefs inside of you. So that is what I got out of that movie. That is, not just the only thing. There's so much more than that. But for now, that's what I want to share with you about Moana and about how God used it in my journey in this moment in time. So my question for you is, how do you stop and think? Do you let things like that hit you? Do you let a movie stir you? Do you read something that stirs you? And then when it does stir you, do you take the time to say, okay, what does this mean for me? And how might God be speaking through this to my heart? And what might be how should I respond? What is it really? And you want to always temper that with, but what are the foundational beliefs? What are my foundational beliefs? And does this all match up with that? But if it does, to allow yourself that opportunity to really consider what might he be saying. might he be calling you to? So when you go to Moana, or when you go to the next Star Wars movie, or maybe you're reading a book, or whatever it might be, having an awesome conversation with somebody, stop afterwards, reflect, think about it, let it stir you, and then figure out what it means for you, okay? And that is going to help you grow in self-awareness, which is going to help you move forward with more clarity. It's going to help you be a wayfinder. You're going to know where you've been, know where you are, and then know where you're headed. And that's not easy to do, and I totally understand. I'm constantly struggling with this. That's exactly why I'm talking about it. That's exactly why I spend so much time trying to figure it out. But that's also why I've tried to create systems and strategies that are going to help me to do that, and then things that I can offer to you. So there's something in the works that I'll let you know about next week, but yeah, so keep this in mind. I will be back again soon, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you leave a comment wherever you're seeing it? If you're seeing it on my website, then comment underneath of that. If you're seeing it on an email, just reply back to me. If you're seeing it on Facebook, throw a comment on Facebook and let me know what you thought about Moana, or what you're thinking about the things that I said, or I don't know, just say hi. That would be awesome too, because it really does make a difference for me when I know that there's somebody like that when I can hear your voice. I care about your voice. Your voice matters. It matters. It matters to me. So thank you so much, and I will see you very soon. Your voice matters.